Well, we have another fabulous performer coming up. Yes, she is a poet.
Yes, a poet.
And I have to say, I love this person so much. I really do. I just can't say enough great things about her. A true Stonewall veteran.
Definitely. Yes.
Unlike some that claim they were there. They really weren't. But she was. And ladies and gentlemen and human beings, because we have to be non gender specific these days. But I want you all to give it up for the one, the only, the amazing poet, Rusty Rose. Thank you, Rusty. And Rusty, we're just also happy that you were able to be here today. We were rooting for you.
Mic on? Yeah, okay. Now, what a lineup. What a lineup array. This is just amazing. Just amazing. I'm proud of each and every one of you. We've come a long way since Stonewall. Okay, so let's go back in time. I'm going to take you 50 years or more to Lesbian Bar in Lindenhurst. This is South Broome. It is Monday, 10 p.m. I sit on a black wooden stool in a lesbian bar, far away from the nuances and predictabilities of the heterosexual world. I am thinking about us when times were happier. Our passions are now quashed, but I continue to think. My thoughts keep flashing like a constant pressure upon a shutter, a long playing record stuck in a groove. They keep skipping and droning. Do you remember when? I wash down these images with cola. Some taste sugary, some are bubbly, and some sting the delicate lining of my throat. Love is oft like that, sweet when it is found, sour as when it's gone bad, bitter as when it's lost. My visions of you dissipate. The indigo girls blare from the jukebox. They are singing, "Here is life down below me." I think about the verses. Pool sticks and stools are pushed aside and couples are hurrying to the already crowded dance floor. A stone butch in a green and white striped shirt saunters towards me, gently stretching a hand in my direction. She is the reminder of why I am so proud to be the dyke that I am. She is proof love exists. Love, when it finds me, will take me home. It is Monday, 10 p.m. I sit on a black wooden stool. And now this one is brand new, not published. You know, I'm up there in age and I'm not going to last here forever. And I was talking to my friend Judy Bowen. She's also an activist. She's in Las Vegas now. And we discussed it. How are we going to be remembered by people? So this is Toast to the Dead. Sylvia is boiling beans. Marcia is snapping greens. Christina pats her corn-rolled hair. Nova, Estella, Marilyn are fixing lashes, and Stormy guards Heaven's Gate, welcoming all who are sent up there. And Judy and I are earthbound sitting amid an effigy for friends who have died, a tribute to queer activism so fitting. And stone cold hands hold warm as quietly we cry, and gusts of sorrow drift within a pungent breeze, touching our faces, noses in Sheridan Square. "Happy cholas are ready, Rusty Rose," Sylvia remarks, then calls to Judy, "Miss Thing, come sit by me in this chair." Amused by the familiar squeaky voice, I shake my head and reply, "Girl, we are not ready to go. We still have a choice." And I turn to Judy and whisper, "Is it possible our friends can eat when dead?" And we gaze at their sculptured likeness and ponder, when we die, will we be posed here with our friends? Will the artist posture us proudly in dress, fedora, suit, and tie for all our activist efforts? Will this be how we are honored at our end? Sylvia is serving beans, and Marsha's splitting greens. Christina's relaxed hair's in a permanent bun, and Nova, Estella, and Marilyn's heels are ready to tear up that town. And Stormy thanks us for coming, escorts us to the pearly gate. He preaches, friends, there is much to do. Have some fun. Let your hair down. Rusty, Judy, toast us heartily with a glass of gin. Recount stories about time together. Tell all. Raise a glass for us in our favorite spot at the Stonewall Inn. Now, no sooner did I get out of the car did I hear somebody, well, you did that Stonewall poem. And so I did bring it, and that's how I'm going to end. And a lot of you are familiar with it, but a lot of you aren't. And what happened, this poem is called Put the Tea First, and actually, universally, all over the place, I get requests. Please, could you send this to England? We want to do it here, we want to do it there. And what happened is, for many years, the transgender community was not thought of as being at Stonewall. And quite honestly, it was those of us, the lesbian and the transgender community, who threw the punches and led the way. And so I said, you know, another thing, before I go, I need to write something and correct this revisionist history. And so I came up with Put the Tea First. Now, a lot of you know this, and what I'm going to do is, I want everyone to stand, if you could stand, because you are all the people who ran out of the Stonewall. You see, I was still in there. I was still in there with the cops. I didn't make it outside until the second wave of the riot police came and then, beat us with billy clubs. But when the first wave of the kids came out, and onlookers on the street, they all gathered, were standing just like you are. And then they started to break down the doors and everything. Really, our lives are in danger on the inside. So all of you are going to be the crowd on the outside. And if I remember, if I go like this, you're going to do put the tea first. You're going to scream it out, put the tea first. The crowd's going to say, put the tea first. And I'm going to do this as best that I could. And what you're going to hear is my recollections of what was going on in the club that night, okay? So let's try it. Let's do it. Put the tea first. Again. Put the tea first. One more time. Put the tea first. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender. Do you know why this acronym is not correct? Put the tea first. Musty, smoky, dismal, dank hole in the wall, reeks of beer, darkness, and independence about to be born. So, put the tea first. It's where it belongs. Queers, bulldaggers, queens in drag. Call us what you may. We are all here. Put the tea first. And jukebox blaring, Jimmy ain't coming back, leader of the pack. One fine day could be today, and purple midriff, eyeline black, bangs her bangles against the bar, tears in her eyes. Somewhere over the rainbow, Judy went. Put the tea first. It's where it belongs. And blue-eyed blonde, she's stroking my fancy and dancing slow, and I'm in heaven, and house lights overhead. Grab a guy, any guy. Put the tea first. And plain clothes are on a beat. They're coming in from the street, feeling their hearts, guns to their chests, shouts of faggot, poof. You can't imagine the rest. Put the tea first. And purple midriff trans woman of 50 in a nasally voice, she mourns, Judy died, they can't leave us alone. And the bartender's out from behind the bar, and he's bounding in the darkened hall, and cops are nipping at his heels, and face to face. If they were lovers, they would embrace. But this is not the case. And young Bull Dagger and a guy in a fringe vest runs from the hall to the bar front shouting, they're all gonna kill us. Put the tea first. And Purple Midriff, eyeline woman, jumps to her feet, leads the cry, enough, leave us alone. Alone, we are told to sit, some stand. There's too much confusion, I can't understand. Put the tea first. And Purple Midriff is yanked outside and clutching her hands on the door, she tries to resist and ID cop shouts, push the Rebecca, hey man, I'm getting really pissed. And Stonebridge Vinny is caught in the shuffle and standing strong with Purple Midriff as they shout, leave us alone. And the transgender woman cries, Judy died, enough, are we all gonna die? Put the tea first. And hey everybody, this is all surreal, an impulsive happening, a surprise. S-U-P-R-I-S-E, uprise, black, white, Latino, straight, gay, old, young. We take a stand and in unity we raise our fists and we are not gonna be harassed any stronger. And just like you outside that stone wall, the crowd is growing stronger. Put the tea first. And shouts inside are deafening, leave us alone, pigs, let us be. And that burly cop is pushing me, and the crowd is breaking as we're shoved out the door. And Purple Midriff, black eyeliner smeared all over that floor, and I am not gonna take this any longer. Put the tea first. And I take a stand and jump on the man who is bashing trans Purple Midriff, and this could have been you, and you, and you, and you, and you. And can't you see? And the paddy wagon is out in the cobble street, and they're dragging Midriff by her feet in high heel and hand, and I'm still on the back of the man as we all take a stand. So, put the tea first. It's where it belongs. Say it again. Put the tea first. T-L-G-B. And even as for straight, this is how our acronym should be. The night we were set free, fighting for freedom at Stonewall, and I'll never forget that beautiful trans woman of 50, Purple Midriff, and eyeline, long dark hair. She raised her voice over the din. She led the way. This is why I say, put the tea first. It's where it belongs. Again, put the tea first.